Oh, that's very interesting. Very interesting. A lot of entertainment resources. Very interesting. Maybe very appropriate and safe and sound jokes and bluffing and teasing and joking. A lot of interesting radio shows RS, and television shows TS, and books that are writing and jokes for example. And you're welcome. We're family members, FMs, and family and friends. Prolonged long duration, excellent, fine and good about 100% of the time. So to speak, so prolonged long duration, excellent, fine and good about 100% of the time, nearly all the time. Prolonged long duration, excellent, fine and good. So to speak for myself, perhaps very obvious and very apparent. And of course, and we're family members or friends, and of course you're recognized. We're family members or friends, for example, and you're recognized, of course, by Papa BDC, Brandon, Ryan, Katrina, me and I, Brandon, Ryan, Katrina, for example, recognized family and friends, for example, and very important resources, monies, currencies, and resources, for example, and of course you're recognized, of course, very obvious and very important writings, books, and literature, and patents and copyrights, and direct works and derivative works, and we're family members, FMs, and family friends, and you're, of course, acknowledged and recognized by me, recognized and acknowledged by me, real natural laws and rules and so-called artificial or natural laws, and natural laws are very appropriate and safe and sound, so to speak for myself, very appropriate and safe and sound, and very important patents and copyrights and trust funds and wealth funds, for example, very important patents and copyrights and trust funds and wealth funds and resource funds and monies and currencies, of course, and we're family members, FMs, and family friends by birth and by blood, and prolonged long duration, real lifetime memberships and citizenships, of course, and very important patents and copyrights and our jokes and bluffing and teasing and joking, writings and books and literature, direct works and derivative works, and music and songs and bass lines, and direct works and derivative works and bass lines and books that are writing jokes about as good as it gets each year, about 100% of the time, so to speak for myself, of course, and very obvious and very apparent, a lot of good radio shows and television shows and books that are writing jokes, and we're family members, FMs, and family and friends. We got our mamas and papas, for example, and our children and our sons and daughters, for example, our grandmas and grandpas, our grandchildren, for example, our sons and daughters, our children, our grandma and grandpas, and our family and friends, and of course you're recognized by BDC, Papa Brandon, Ryan, Katrina, Papa Brandon, Ryan, Katrina, me, myself, and I, Brandon, 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 Ryan, Katrina, Brandon, BRANDON, BRK, Brandon, Ryan, Katrina, and of course, very important resources VIR, and very important VI, for example, Lundi, Marty, Mercury, Devonta, Summit of the Month, Lundi, Marty, Mercury, Devonta, Summit of the Month, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Janvier, February, March, April, May, June, July, Août, September, October, November, December, Janvier, February, March, April, May, June, July, Août, September, October, November, December, Janvier, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 3 = 5, 5 + 1 = 6, 6 + 1 = 7, 7 + 1 = 8, 8 + 2 = 10, 10 times 20, 10 times 20, that's a lot, 10 times 2 is 20, 10 times 2 is 20, 20 plus 1 equals 21, and 21 minus 1 is 20, and 20 plus 1 equals 21, and 21 plus 2 equals 23, and 23 plus 17 equals 40, and 40 minus 5 equals 35, and 35 minus 1 equals 34. And for example, Monday, MONDAY, Tuesday, TUESDAY, Wednesday, WEDNESDY, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. Like generic terms or phrases, my bluffing and teasing and joking, like, yeah, a lot of joking, bluffing and teasing and joking, maybe reading it aloud and saying it aloud, maybe paraphrasing, a lot of jokes and bluffing and teasing and joking, maybe about that, maybe not really about that, maybe out the time, not all the time. And for instance, so called, and we're family members, FMs, and family members and friends, for example, and a lot of generic terms or phrases, and very obvious and very apparent, and of course, and maybe very appropriate and safe and sound, maybe reading it aloud and saying it aloud, and paraphrase someone's abbreviated, maybe about that, maybe not about that, maybe out the time, not out the time, for example. And we're family members, FMs, and family members, FMs, and family and friends, for example.